Carla Araujo. I'm the owner of AZ & Associates Real Estate Group. I'm also an agent. I'm a full-time mom, full-time wife, and also an IFBB pro. The way I manage doing all these things that I do is by just doing it, just by simply telling myself that it's all possible versus it's not possible. There are times that I feel frustrated and feel that, I just don't have enough time. But the more the negative that goes into my mind, the more I feel that I just can't do it and I'm going to fail at what I've set out to do. But the more I tell myself there is enough time in the day, sometimes I'll be at the gym at 10, 11 o'clock at night. But again, it's all about strategizing, organizing my life, which everything just kind of falls into place on setting myself up for goals and knowing that failure is not an option. And I do what I do just by telling myself it needs to get done, no matter what. So a lot of times people ask me, I think a major question I'm always asked is, how do I have time for the gym? I do want to point it out that I'm not the only one out there. There's many women like me and men that just simply do it. We're business owners and we're, wives, husbands, parents, even single moms. We just have this crazy way of thinking that everything is possible, and even such a short goal, like just knowing physically what you want to look like, you just go out and do it and you get it done, no question about it. Just like business, you want your business to grow, you want a better job or you want to be in a better position, well, just get your ass up and do it. It's simple versus you telling yourself it's impossible. It's not even a word. It's very simple. I also hear exhaustion. I hear tired, frustration, mad. Those words shouldn't even exist. And if they didn't, you probably would be doing more than what you think you can do. If you surround yourself with people who have failed and fear failure, you're going to continue doing that yourself. You're going to feel that way. And I've noticed that throughout my time that I've opened businesses. And even when I was in college, I was pregnant and I opened up my UPS store and I was out to travel the first week I had my child. But I knew that I had to get done because at the end of the day, my children were going to grow up to watch a mom. And I didn't want them to just focus on me being a mother. I needed my one child to know that everything is possible for a woman to do. And that is a full-time mom, a full-time business owner, and an athlete. At that time, I was also prepping my mind to realizing what I wanted to look like with a newborn 2 years down the road. It's crazy. So I'm always a person who just thinks ahead of what I wanted to do and where I want to be, and I just go get it. I do it in silence. And what I mean by that is because, again, the more you talk about what you want to do to people who are negative or who've failed already, they're going to lead you in that direction because they're going to make you fear of what can happen. And really, everything can go wrong. But why does that matter? Everything that goes wrong should be a good thing. It should be a positive thing. Thank goodness it went wrong because you take that and you grow. And you grow. That's what it is. You grow. And most people don't do that, And I like to surround myself with people who've done it, who've been there, even if they haven't been there, who are not afraid to go there. That's just who I am. And I've always been like that. So, Carla Araujo.
Tell me, what keeps you up at night?
Oh man, what keeps me up at night? What doesn't keep me up at night? Everything keeps me up at night. I am normal, so everything keeps me up at night. But they're not what you think. Nothing negative as so much as it is just me thinking. I can never stop thinking of what I can possibly do next, of what challenges I can create for myself. Because I love challenges. That's the one thing that I do. And I've always been asked, and it's funny because AZ always asks me, why do you put more on your plate? I do that because I love my plate when it's over full, when it's just not enough room for anything. because to me it just becomes a challenge to accomplish all those things on a timely manner. And even if something doesn't get fully accomplished, if I don't do something correctly, or if it fails, it's okay, because I could always put it back on my plate. So that's always just been me. I've always been overloaded, and most people are like, why do you do so much, and why you're gonna overwhelm yourself, you're gonna get exhausted. It's like, I'm only going to become exhausted and overwhelmed by you telling me that. So it's like, I get so angry, because I just want to tell people, just get the hell out of my way, because being surrounded by those people actually slow you down. So when I'm asked, and I've been asked even with AZ, when he sees me all over the place, like, why do you put so much on your plate? And been asked by many people. It's not like I can't say no to things, but I bring that upon me just because I love challenges. And what keeps me up at night, that's exactly what keeps me up at night. What can I do next? How am I going to finish this project to start this other project? That's just who I am. I mean, and you know, for a long time, what's funny is I used to lie. I used to lie because I didn't want to be questioned why I had so much going on. I just wanted everyone to stay away from me before I can just do what I needed to do. But what I realized is those people were all negative people in my lives. And once I removed all those people from my lives, and continued bringing other relationships that actually were fulfilling, were successful, that made me want to continue doing, like, everything I was doing was right. But because I was surrounded by these people who didn't really do much with themselves and were afraid to grow, that wasn't my area. That wasn't the circle I should be involved in. So once I started removing people from my life, I started to realize that I'm normal, and I'm no longer going to hide. I'm actually going to take pride in who I am, finally. And what I am and what I do is completely normal. And for those who look at me different on why I take on too much, I'm overexhausting myself, stay out of my way. Just stay out of my way. Your people over there are waiting, and I believe they're waiting over there in fear. Go over there, because these people over here, well, they want to watch me because it only pushes them. And I want to continue because that's my audience. And the way I feel, and I've always been, I set this now the last year or two, almost 2 years now, I'm in my own world. That's the way I see it. I'm in my own world, I create it, and whoever goes into my world, it's because I allowed you in there. Other than that, get out of my way.
What are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of? You know, it's kind of funny. I'm afraid of many things. I'm afraid of not having enough time to do all the things I say I'm going to do, or accomplish all the things that I've started. I'm afraid of just not having enough time. One of the things that I have a big problem with, and we spoke earlier about that, about me sleeping, because I always feel like there's not enough time. So that's what I fear most, is that, am I going to have enough time to do what I said I was going to do? If I ever leave this earth, if I ever pass away, die, if anything happens to me, I want to know, how many lives have I changed in the time that I was here? I think that's my fear, is not saving enough people.
How does that make you sad?
I have a purpose, and I can't explain or tell you my purpose. Only I know my purpose. And my purpose, I feel like there is not enough time, and I feel like I'm not doing enough. And I feel like it's just a sad, it just brings sadness to me, because there's so much out there, so much pain out there, so much, I don't know, just cruel. And so many people fear so many things, and a lot of people I know will continue on the same journey that they're on and make no changes in their lives from fear of others, what others might think. I can't tell you how much I come across that, what fear, what others might think. And they will always be the same. They will remain the same from fear. They will never be more. They have no idea how powerful and strong they can be, how successful they can be, but fear stops them. And not so much does it make me sad, it's just, I have a purpose here. And it's just, I don't know how much time that I have here. I think that I feel emotional when I talk about it, just because I know that no one was there when I felt trapped. I felt fear of a lot of things. I know that when we started AZ & Associates, it was just two. And it started with one man, actually, AZ Araujo himself. And I didn't want him to grow because I knew I would be alongside of him, and was it going to go good or bad? I had all these questions, and I feared that it was going to fail. I feared that it was going to succeed. I feared that it was going to go nowhere. I feared that people were going to laugh. I feared it all. And although I did start overcoming a lot of those fears because we started growing little by little, I was okay because I was within my comfort zone. When the brokerage started really expanding, I enclosed myself, and so I stayed home and I ran the business from home. And I've done other things that I can get my hands on to work on projects and stuff. And as long as no one knew I existed, I was okay with that, because I feared it all. I feared people, I feared success, I feared so many things. Not until I realized that in order for me to actually really grow bigger than what I wanted to be, is I had to overcome those fears. So, and failing was one of them. To understand that we failed, and it was okay if we failed again. And it was okay if we succeeded. It was okay to be successful. So I had to tell myself, it's okay to fail, it's okay to succeed. Who cares what people think? So I think that's why I'm passionate about it. Even being, for a long time, I was a stay-at-home mom where I ran AZ & Associates, and it had to be one of the hardest jobs, because I worked 2 jobs, being a stay-at-home mom and being a business owner. Had to be the most difficult, because the toughest job that I had within that time frame was my marriage. And that was a job in itself. Being a stay-at-home mom and running the company, my marriage started to fail. So I know that I've gone through a lot of emotions. And mind you, men don't go through any different than I did. Men are the exact same way. They come home too and they question themselves, what the hell am I doing wrong? Because my wife hates me. So I think that's why I'm a little passionate about it, just because I have a lot of women who come up to me and tell me how you do it. It is possible. It is possible. As long as you understand that it's okay to fail, and it's okay to be successful. And it's okay to be frustrated and all those things. It's okay to let people in your life stop hiding. And it's nothing shameful. We all go through it. So once I started realizing all these things, I literally started knocking down walls, and I became unstoppable. What I would tell women that question themselves on how they can do it all, I would probably tell them, stop questioning yourself and just get it done. If you keep telling yourself, if you wake up already with the frown and telling you have a lot to do, you have kids, you have a husband, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to go to the work, you have to do all these things, you've already overwhelming yourself by your own thoughts of negativity. But if you get up like I do, I literally fly up out of my bed and say, damn, today's gonna be a good day. And I tell myself that every day. Within 15 minutes, I'm the wife, the mom, I'm on my laptop, working, I'm doing all these things. My day starts at 5:30 in the morning. It's a good day. Every day is a good day. You know, I think that women feel overwhelmed with so much and they think it's impossible to get it done because they continue telling themselves that it's impossible. But a lot of us are doing it. So what makes you different than me? Completely nothing. You're just telling yourself a bunch of excuses to say you're pregnant, you got a newborn, you got toddlers, you got kids, you have this, you have that. You're no different than me. And if I'm doing it, you can do it too. And I'm not the only one out there. What I would tell you is stop overthinking it. Stop questioning yourself and just get it done. That's simple. There is nothing, there's no medicine, there's no medication, there's no pill I'm going to give you. There really isn't anything I'm going to tell you than just get it done. Stop complaining and stop questioning. Stop fearing. Just get it done. The environment we've created has been an environment like no other. Everybody truly is real and raw here. I believe that once you start knocking down many fears in your personal life that you've created for yourself, I should say, or many obstacles that we've always been afraid to overcome, that's what we do here. We push you to the next level because we hold you accountable, and we truly hold you accountable for you to do the things that you say you're going to do. And we will call you out if that is not done. If it's something you've always been embarrassed or ashamed to say or do in your business, your personal life, we're here to support that. And we're gonna make sure everyone in this environment that decides to step in that door is going to support you as well. We've also asked people to leave the brokerage if you are not who you say you're going to be or do the things you say you're going to do. So I believe we've created an environment of strictly badasses, straight up. And you literally leave these doors fearless because we help you believe and create and accomplish in the things you said you're going to do. And we'll truly hold you accountable for that, and not only us, but everyone around you. And we stand behind that because I know AZ and I do the things we say we're going to do.